Hi everyone! So, as much as I was talking about hair yesterday, I secretly was dying to tell you guys about something that I think I just needed to get off of my chest. And I'm so glad that there are no rules on this YouTube channel. I can show up the very next day and vent, or I will make sure it's not just a venting session. I will make it have a purpose, as I usually hope to. But so the guy who was the you never know who might be watching you guy, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out some of my previous videos. I'll try to link that one here. But the one that I even said was pretty classy, the way that he was, going at my pace and kind of like showing up in a way that made me feel in the moment when he was with me, when we were in person together, that he was considering what I was going through and really putting like the focus on what I needed and make me feel comfortable and all that. When he wasn't around me, he wasn't doing that. What I mean by that is that there would be days when he just wouldn't respond to my messages. And that's fine. We just met. Like, I'm not expecting someone to interact with me every day, although that would also impress me. But what was weird was that he would do that when we were making plans. I mean, he would ask me to go out, but then in between the days, like when I would respond and confirm, he wouldn't, like, I didn't know where or when or anything like that. And I was getting really frustrated because I was like, do I go with the way that he was with me in person? Or do I go with this flaky, confusing, very unclear? Like, I told him right in the beginning that I really appreciate clarity, because in the beginning there was a little bit of lack of clarity of whether he wanted to hang out again. And he was like, well, if I'm not making it clear now, I want to make sure I make it clear now. He said this to me in person, that I definitely want to hang out with you again and we should get together, and like I want to make it clear. So I was like, cool, like I appreciate that. Okay, now it's clear. But then his actions and behavior did not match that. And a very smart relationship coach, Helena Hart, has said a few times, go by someone's actions, not their words. But if their actions make it seem like they're, trying, like acting like boyfriend material, but their words are saying, hey, I am not able to be in any sort of commitment or whatever, like go with the words. So in this case, I needed to think about the actions, not just while we are together, when we are in person together, but his actions in between dates. And that was not impressive, not classy, very unclear, very inconsistent, very confusing. And it dawned on me that I have had this habit all my life to give people chances, like to doubt myself and then think, oh, maybe I just misunderstood, or maybe they're having a bad day, or no, he turned into there's the always something guy, which is also what Helena Hart talks about. There's always something. At first, it was because I was moving. He thought I needed space. Then it was because he was part of a wedding and he was the best man in the wedding and he was busy with that. And then it was that he apparently got injured, but I don't really think. Anyway, all of these things did not happen over, like, the wedding was not a month long. My move, like, wasn't anything. It was, you know, the injury or whatever he may have gone through. I don't know. Anyway, he had planned dates with me without making things clear, and there was always something. And I'm like, this whole month of knowing you has just showed me there's always going to be something, and I will always have to wait for 2 or 3 days to even receive a text back from you to, like, for a response that doesn't take very much time. If you're not going to give me that time or that consideration, I'm out. And in the past, I always gave chances, and I always gave second chances and maybe third chances because I thought maybe I misunderstood. But ding ding, Tasleem, if I'm misunderstanding that many times, then this situation is confusing. And the thing that I need to be clear on in my own head is that nobody who is worth my time would confuse me. Like, the guy that, if I have not made it clear, I'm going to make it clear here now. The guy that I'm meant to be with, universe and all, the planetary, the alignment, all the things, is going to make things clear. I'm not going to be confused. I'm not going to have to do YouTube videos to try to figure out my situation because I don't get it. Like, my whole month has been confusion with this guy. And so what if the 2 times that we got together in the month that we hung out, that things were clear and, focused and whatever, like, who cares? I don't want 2 days out of a month. So what, the 28 days of every month that I would spend with him would be confusion and then 2 great? No. People show you what they're going to be like in the future, what it's going to be like with them, and we don't owe anyone a second chance. It's not mean. It's not, there's this whole thing about, like, you have to forgive and we're human and whatever. Yeah, but I'm human too, and I deserve not to have my time wasted, and I'm not going to waste it anymore. And yeah, second chances. And you know what the irony that made me come to this conclusion was that someone on the online dating app, someone totally different recently, liked my photo, and then we started chatting, and the first thing he asked me, which was really interesting, was, what is something, like, a revelation that has come to you? I don't remember how he worded it, but it was like something that you've become aware of recently, or not even recently, just something that you've learned. And he put it in words that I'm not doing justice to it right now, but it made me think about this. And I said, it's interesting that you should ask this, because I think recently I've come to the conclusion that I don't owe anyone a second chance, that I shouldn't doubt my first feelings, which is that this is confusing and doesn't make me feel good. I don't owe someone a second chance. And the fact that whoever the universe put this other person on my dating app to ask me this question, to allow me to give an answer, helped me come to this conclusion and do this video, inspired this video. Yeah, we don't owe people second chances. It doesn't mean that you're, like, inconsiderate. It means the other person's being inconsiderate, and time is our most precious commodity. And if someone's wasting mine, I don't want to put any time into them. Like, the thing is, I will never find this person attractive again. I won't, like, all of this is this is the best way to turn me off, to be inconsistent, to confuse me, to not respond, to be flaky, but then have your words not match your actions not match your words. Like, it's all, I could never, like, the irony is that I could never be in the same room with this person again. and think of them in any trusting, safe, feel good kind of energy. It just wouldn't happen. And it's weird because only like 3 weeks ago, I would have said something very different. I did actually on my channel. I called him classy. Now I don't think he's classy at all. But anyway, I know the traits that I am looking for. I know what makes me feel good. I'm putting it out there. Thanks for listening. You don't owe anybody a second chance. People think that's rude or whatever. Well, they should not have been rude in the first place by making you have to consider giving a second chance. No, don't doubt yourself. Give yourself the best chance to find the right person by first impressions are important. And if the person is not being impressive, they don't deserve your time or energy or space, and move on. Thank you for listening. Oh, I'm going out on a little lunch date right now, to be perfectly frank. And I don't know much about this person, but I'm going to keep this in mind. See you all soon.